Before we start this video, check this shirt out. You like it? Well, you can get this on my official merchandise store. The link is in the description box. Now on to the video. Always check your money. Hey y'all, Gravity. Any day above ground, live it. So you already know what to do. Share, like, and subscribe. That's right, share, like, and subscribe, because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. You see who I have on the screen, folks. That is Usain Bolt, who is arguably the greatest sprinter in world history. So they say. But we will, for all intents and purposes, we'll do this. We'll give him that accolade. He is obviously, by all accounts, the richest track and field star to ever live. He has a net worth of $90 million, folks. And the purpose of me doing this commentary was he recently found out that a lot of players were involved in him losing over $12 million of earnings that he amassed over the last, I want to say, 15 years. And he's not happy about it. Jamaica's not happy about it. The Prime Minister of Jamaica's not happy about it. And it's gotten so bad, folks, that the Federal Bureau of Investigations from foreign, aka America, has gotten involved. But let's get into real time so we can go through what happened, the players involved, and we can have a better understanding of what happened to Mr. Bolt. So here we go. Real time. Here we are, folks. Real time. Now, unfortunately, I got to use the griot. Shout out to Professor Black Truth. I have to use them to do this story, unfortunately. But here we go. 12 million of Usain Bolt's money is missing, and the FBI is investigating, Jamaican government reports. Attorneys for Bolt say that the star athlete's account has dwindled to just $12,000. Jesus, you lost 3 digits. All right. San Juan, Puerto Rico. Jamaica's government has turned to the FBI for help as it investigates a massive fraud case involving a private investment firm where $12.7 million belonging to renowned sprinter Usain Bolt has gone missing. The fraud lasted 13 years and also ensnared elderly clients and government agencies, which is why the FBI is involved. Authorities don't yet know how much was stolen. Attorneys for Bolt, who said the star athlete's account has dwindled to just $12K, has given the investment firm until Friday to return the money before going to court. That time has passed because this was back on January 27th. That was the last day to get the money back. The government also asked other international partners. It did not identify for help investigating one of the island's largest fraud cases, Finance Minister Nigel Clark said Monday. The anger and unease we all feel have been magnified by the long duration, 13 years, over which the fraud was allegedly perpetrated, and the fact that the suspects seem to have deliberately and heartlessly targeted elderly persons, as well as our much loved and respected national icon Usain Bolt, Clark said. The investigation into Kingston-based Stocks and Securities Limited is just starting, so it's not immediately clear exactly how much money was allegedly stolen or how many people were affected. Clark said clients were given false statements regarding their balances as part of the alleged fraud. Government agencies including the National Health Fund, Jamaica's Agriculture Society, and the National Housing Trust also invested millions of dollars in Stocks and Securities Limited, Clark said. Jamaica's Financial Services Commission began investigating after the company alerted authorities this month that a manager had apparently committed fraud. Since then, the commission's director has resigned, and Clark has placed the Bank of Jamaica in charge of regulating the island's financial system. Well, that's one piece of the puzzle. Now we're going to move on to Bolt's situation. Usain Bolt fires business manager after $12.7 million goes missing in massive fraud case. Jamaican sprinter Usain Bolt told reporters on Friday, January 27th, I believe, that he's baffled over how $12.7 million of his money has gone missing from a local private investment firm that authorities are investigating as part of a massive fraud that began more than a decade ago, but also said he has fired his business manager, adding it was not an amicable split. When asked if he was broke, the retired star athlete laughed. Quote, "I'm not broke, but it's definitely put a damper on me," he said. "It was for my future. Everyone knows I have 3 kids. I'm still looking out for my parents, and I still want to live very well." And we read all this. Let's move down. There was something I wanted to show y'all. As you all know, I've been going through a few tough weeks, he said, adding that he would continue to do everything he can to uplift his island. "No matter what's going on right now, Jamaica is my country. That will never change," he said. In an aside with reporters, he said, "I'm just trying to focus on my family and trying not to think too much about it because it's a difficult situation." Stocks and Securities Limited did not return a message seeking comment Friday. The company contacted authorities earlier this month to alert them that a manager had apparently committed fraud. Earlier this week, Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced that his administration would not bail out the company. "The government will not socialize any debt. We will not socialize the failure of our banks," he said. That's crazy, folks. That's crazy. But what if I told you this story got even crazier? Well, now, we got to go back to real time, right? So let's get it in. All right, folks, we're back in real time, and we're on the Jamaican Gleaner website, and I'm going to need them to fix their server or whatever, because this looks low budget as hell. But, family, when I tell you it goes way past Bolt's $12.7 million that's missing, boy. But let's begin. Now, this was published on January 22nd, and it says, "What happened at SSL?" Now, this is apparently I believe he's the founder. Yes, Hugh Croskery. He's the founder. So it says, "Some of the executives who held the reins at Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, are keeping to a vow of silence on their stewardship at the investment firm in the throes of an alleged $3 billion fraud that went on for at least a decade." $3 billion. Another reason why the FBI is involved. They're going to want to take a little cut off of that, allegedly, but we'll see. The Financial Investigations Division of the Ministry of Finance said it has found, quote, "questionable transactions going back over a decade." SSL's current leadership includes Chairman Jeffrey Cobham and Executive Director Hugh Croskery, the firm's founder. Croskery declined to speak with the Sunday Gleaner, directing queries to the Financial Services Commission, FSC, which took control of SSL as the saga unfolded. His son, Mark, who was head of SSL from 2007 to 2018, told the Sunday Gleaner on January 18 that he would return a phone call that day on issues that occurred during his tenure. Zachary Harding, who led SSL from October 2019 to June 2022, had issued a statement giving an account of his role at the entity that the FSC flagged up to 2017 as operating under a culture of noncompliance and mismanagement of client funds. Woof. It was never at any time revealed nor brought to my attention that clients' investment funds were being misappropriated while I was CEO of SSL, he said, adding that throughout his tenure, he was also not made aware that Bolt had an account at the firm. Quote, "I also expect the acceptance of accountability and culpability by the perpetrators," Harding added. "Like others, I am watching this situation unfold. I too believe that the truth will come out as it should," Lamar Harris, who headed the SSL for just over a year up to March 2019, told the Sunday Gleaner. So it's $3 billion now. This sounds like what happened with AIG, back in 2007. Lord have mercy. $3 billion. All right, let's go back to the video. This story is getting crazier by the minute, but hopefully Bolt and his family get back their money, because he did work hard for it. He did work hard, even though he did say anti-Black American sentiments once upon a time. Nobody should have their hard-earned money taken like that, especially if it wasn't under a criminal act, meaning that the person who held the money committed the criminal act. So again, hopefully he gets all his money so his children can have a bright future and his parents can live comfortably. I'll keep my eye on this story, but I'm sure a lot of y'all really don't care because it's occurring in Jamaica and it's not Black American problem. But, you know, this could happen to anybody. I mean, we've seen on the news up here, elderly people getting scammed out of life savings and homes and things like that. So let's keep Usain Bolt somewhat in our prayers. But like I said before at the beginning of the video, always take an account of your money. Learn how to balance your checkbook. Make sure if there's any little discrepancies, you can figure it out, because that's how a lot of these companies operate. They just take a little bit here and there. You never really miss it, especially if you have a lot in there. So as I always say, there's always a lesson in things like this. There's always a lesson. Life is just a giant lesson. But anyway, folks, let me get up out of here. You already know what to do. Share, like, and subscribe. That's right. Share, like, and subscribe, because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. Take care. Stay safe. I'm out.